Addition by subtraction. This isn't just one of the fundamental laws in life, it's one of the fundamental laws in business. First rule, low value work kills productivity. How do you tell if something is low value work? Ask yourself these three questions. One, does it relate to a metric? Does it relate to customer retention? Does it change your bottom line revenue? If what you're doing doesn't have a metric that it's tracked by or that it impacts, it might be low value. Two, if you had the day back, would you choose to do that activity again? Did it add more value than what you spent the time doing it? And then three, if you could do something else with that time, what would it be, and would that give you a better result? Don't be lazy, actually think about it and ask yourself those three questions. Second rule, the 6 out of 10 is the trap. Now, I don't know, you might have dated a 6 out of 10, or one of your friends might have dated a 6 out of 10, but we've all been there, right? Cute enough to go out with, cute enough to stay with, not great enough to marry or date long term. You don't want to do work that's a 6 out of 10 because it's like fake productivity. It's a little productive, it moves the needle a little bit, but it's somewhat lazy because it's not actually being optimized as much as it could be, right? You don't want to go for the 6 out of 10. You want to go for the 8 out of 10 or the 9 out of 10 or the 10 out of 10 because your business has finite resources. You can only serve so many customers. You can only have so many relationships. What are the ones that are really going to make a big difference in your life and be value adding? Third point, subtraction protects and optimizes. You want to protect your time, you got to subtract the things that don't matter. That includes low value work. And it optimizes. When you subtract things that don't matter, you add room for things that do. That is a huge, huge, huge advantage of people who have a little bit of perspective and they know how to say no. Saying no in business to a potential client, that's a hard thing to do. But it can be one of the best decisions you can make. Because you can only serve so many masters. You can only serve so many clients. You should try and focus on getting the absolute best clients you can. The absolute most value-added activities. Because if you go with the 6 out of 10, if you go with the 3 out of 10, that takes the spot of something that could be a 9 or an 8 or a 10 out of 10. And your business could suffer because of the consequences. And then the last point, dissect your time. If you work at a small business or own a small business, first look inward and look at how you spend your time. Within the workday, but also in your life in general. What are you doing that actually moves the needle, that boosts your happiness, that boosts your mood, that boosts your life satisfaction? Same thing at work. Look at what work you're doing that makes a huge difference. It's the kind of work that gets you a raise. It's the kind of activities that actually make a difference for your bosses. How do you maximize those and minimize things that don't really move the needle that much? For example, if you're a great salesman, you should be out on the floor selling all the time. If you open the marketing team out, even if you're okay at marketing, you're not going to make as big of a difference as if you were selling. Do what you're best at and try to outsource everything else so that what you're best at is like your edge. You maximize, you maximize, you maximize. You sharpen, you sharpen, you sharpen. Your life and your business can grow. It can. It can completely transform. It's not always what you need to add. More often, it's what you need to take away.